Yours truly, Jedi Master Brevin Thompson, here to talk about It Chapter 2, directed by Andy Muschietti, who also directed the first film, and starring James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, Jay Ryan, Bill Hader, and Bill Skarsgård. So 27 years have passed since the events of Chapter 1, and the Losers Club has gathered up once again to Derry, Maine to find a way to stop Pennywise the Dancing Clown once and for all. Well, obviously, this has been one of my most anticipated movies throughout the whole year. That was basically one of my top few anticipated films of the year. I mean, a few of them have been like Endgame and The Rise of Skywalker, and there's a select few that I can think of. I mean, if I talked about if I had a list, I'd pretty much be here all day. Yeah. So anyway, I had a lot of anticipation for this movie. I loved the first one because it was so terrifying, and I liked it a lot more than the '90s miniseries. Is this one good? It is, but it's not perfect. It does suffer from pacing issues. The movie is 3 hours long, and so I honestly don't think that it needed to be 3 hours long because there are certain aspects throughout the movie's runtime where they go back and forth between certain things, mostly to events that happened to the Losers Club when they were kids. Some things that we didn't get to see in the first movie. It bounces back between one character and it goes back to another character, and it's like goes to one character and then we skip to another character, rinse, repeat. And the runtime is mostly the movie's biggest problem. It's not only just that, but there are some levels of CG that kind of bugged me. Not that the CG is bad, and mostly around the end where it kind of got a little bit silly. I didn't think it. I just still didn't think that there. Well, yeah, it's. Sometimes when it comes to a movie that I really have a lot of anticipation for, I expect to go in just wanting to enjoy this. I saw this with my mom, and she also really wanted to see this movie, and I'm happy that I got to take her to see this, and yeah, so off topic here. Um, so, like I said, this film does have some pacing issues. I honestly think if they made it just like 2 hours, or maybe like say 2 hours and 20 minutes, I think that it still it gives it enough time to at least tell a good story. The story I don't think has any weak points. There's a few weak points that I can spot. One of my biggest disappointments with the movie is the adult version of Henry Bowers. Now, he does have like somewhat of an impact. He had a huge impact in the first movie. And his arc and with between him and the Losers Club and the shit that was going on with his father. Um, he was one of the few interesting characters in the first one. Now, 27 years later, he's in an insane asylum. He then later escapes, and he pops up every once in a while. Then something happens. I don't want to spoil anything in case anybody hasn't seen the movie yet. I felt like that character was sort of wasted. He did have potential for this movie. I just don't think he was well established. Um, there are some aspects of the movie that I do like, mainly the cast. Hands down, they were perfect. Few of my favorite of this cast, I mean, of course, I love Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise because he is just so fucking terrifying. Uh, uh, James McAvoy, he was great as Bill. I loved him as that character. Jessica Chastain, perfect casting for Beverly. Jay Ryan, I thought he was pretty good as Bill, and it was, I mean, and they do make a pretty good couple. I will admit that. Bill Hader easily steals the show in this movie as the adult Richie. Yeah, I really love the adult version of Richie. I wouldn't say that I love him more than the kid Richie who was played by Finn Wolfhard. I mean, all of us Stranger Things love Finn Wolfhard, of course. Um, like I said, really strong cast. Um, there was also something else in this movie that also kind of made me that got me. I mean, it got me scratching my head. It was just so there's a flashback during in the arcade, right when they're about to take a group photo. There's the Mortal Kombat arcade machine. Now, don't get me wrong. The events of the first film took place in 1989, and the original Mortal Kombat game, didn't come out until 1992. What? I'm just. Have you. I don't know what they were thinking. I just. That might be a little nitpick. I just like. I don't know. Mostly, right when it gets around to the ending with the loser's final confrontation with Pennywise, does get a bit silly for me. I mean, if you see the movie, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. It gets a little bit CG heavy, and I just felt like it was completely unnecessary. Uh, but as for everything else, I mean, I wasn't bored. This film isn't perfect. I know. I know there are a lot of people that want to see this movie, and that's fine. I still liked it, and I say that I enjoyed this a whole lot more than Pet Cemetery, so that's definitely a plus. So I'm gonna give it Chapter 2 a B. So if you love Stephen King and you want to see another horror movie, I say give it a watch. So yeah, you'll definitely enjoy this one. So yeah, I was surprised that I didn't have to go to the bathroom while the movie was playing. Wish I would have done the same thing for Endgame. So yeah, thank you so much as always for watching my channel and everything, and you guys are the best, and I'm looking forward to starting my Sylvester Stallone month pretty soon, leading up to Rambo Last Blood, so yeah, I'm definitely a lot to look forward to. So if you want the news on the latest old or new movies, you know where to find me.